Please be aware that the upcoming video contains content that may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello again. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Doc Isn't In. Generally, I would post videos one at a time for the week. I'll do like one on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This week, I'm going to actually be posting all three at the same time. They all kind of tie in, and I just felt that it was easier to post all three collectively than to post them one at a time. Um, this video is a little heavy, so I apologize for it in advance. But I was having a conversation with some classmates, and the topic that we were talking about came up again in the news recently, and it's something that's kind of close to my heart. I've always been a advocate for kids and the safety of children in general. So when I saw this happening, I really felt like it was something that needed to have a light kind of shone on it. One of the unintentional side effects of COVID has been the fact that um, kids have been out of school. And with kids being out of school, that means they're home all day, every day. And parents who normally get that reprieve from their kids aren't. And as a result, I can say for sure here in Texas, we've seen a spike in child abuse cases. One hospital in outside of Dallas brought this to, I think, the media's attention because they mentioned that they normally may get about 8 cases of child abuse allegations, but they had like 6 inside of a few days, and so they're pointing out the fact that this is a bigger problem than most people will understand. Um, However, as one of my classmates pointed out, what about the kids who aren't able to report? Because they're at home and there's maybe no neighbors around and no family checking in on them. You know, what about them? Also, for kids who do things like the backpack program or the where they get to bring home food for the weekend, what about those kids? Are they eating? Are they okay? What I'll say is this: for those of you who may know someone close by, and you may have that suspicion that maybe the kid isn't eating because there's no food in the house or whatever. I mean, I don't know another way to do this other than to maybe just say, hey guys, I have some extra food. I know things might be a little tight right now because of the virus. And this is if you're able to, just offering that type of help and assistance. Of course, I'm gonna put the number to the National Child Abuse Hotline down in the vid, and I'll hopefully put it in the description as well. But if you know of or think that there's a child that's potentially in danger, please, give them a call. If nothing's wrong, then fine. But I mean, I'm always concerned about a child being mistreated or injured or you know, just put into a bad situation. Um, I know that it's going to be hard for people to really um, link the quarantine and make a direct correlation, but I feel like it's probably one of those issues that won't really be magnified until after the fact when kids are able to go back to school, and then they get to school and they talk about how their time was in quarantine, and then you'll get a big surge of cases. So for my CPS workers out there, for the APS workers as well, God bless you guys for being there in the trenches and doing your best as well, because this is not something that's easy. But I do realize that while we're worrying about deaths from things like the actual virus itself, I think the other issue is going to be a rise in child abuse related injuries. So, for all of my fellow healthcare workers out there, for my hospital social workers, for my doctors, for my nurses, guys, please keep your eyes open. In times like this, there's an increased risk for things like domestic violence um, and probably a rise in substance use, if I had to guess. And it's pretty well documented that those can feed into each other. So, as mom or dad, they're drinking to cope, but at the same time, they're also acting really out of character with the kids. Um, so, I just want to be sure everybody's kind of keeping their eyes open to that. Um, we've seen so far a few deaths that I've heard of young kids who were, I think a 4-year-old in Sugarland was had his throat slit, and there was another kid who was like a preschooler who passed away in outside of Dallas. So I mean, please, guys, like anything you can do if you are suspecting child abuse, if you know of child abuse, please call somebody. These kids need your help. There's no other way around that. Again, to all my folks on the front line, the doctors, the nurses, the hospital staff, the medical social workers, the CPS folks, keep your eyes open and be diligent during this time. Um, they need you. All right. Sorry that that was so somber, but I don't know another way to tell the truth. Um, love yourselves. Love somebody else. We'll all be better for it.